Well, good morning. I just wanted to shoot a little video here this morning. We just purchased a new GMC Sierra crew cab truck, heavy duty, 2500. This thing's pretty high, sets really high up. So I'm going to put some side rails on it. Shouldn't take that long, maybe an hour or so. Interestingly enough, we bought these from a company called realtruck.com. They came in 2 days. Price was really good. It was like two and a quarter, and the dealer said for about $850 they put side rails on the truck. So saved ourselves quite a bit of money. The rails look really good, and it probably took about an hour to put them on. So we'll do a little video here, show you how we hooked them up, how we put them on. Saved ourselves about $600. So I'll be back with you in just a minute. Okay, so when you get the instructions, they're actually pretty good instructions. I go through and I checked all the parts, made sure all the parts were here, and I've put the driver's side on already. So all you're going to really need, this is your front mount, this is the center mount, and this is the rear mount. And you only have a few bolts here. What you've got is the one for the front and the back, and here's the one for the center. Because what you're going to do is you've actually, underneath, you already have the bolts that are on the truck, and you're going to take them off and reuse them to connect the front and the rear hanger. So the only thing you're going to need, this will mount your actual pipes to the hangers, and this will do the middle of the pipes to this hanger. So here, let me show you a real quick picture of how this ended up looking. I guess I should turn it. I'll turn it this way. But ended up putting them on. Didn't take too much. So we'll get started here just a second. I tell you what, the hardest part of the whole thing is breaking the original bolts loose on the truck. So let me pause here for a minute. I'll get underneath the truck and I'll come back to you. Okay, so we're back. What you're going to find is up under the front here is a bolt. You're going to take this off, and you're going to put your front mounting bracket up here. Okay, we'll do that in just a second. Then you've got another one here in the center of the truck, and you've got another one in the back of the truck. Let me see if I can get up to it. Up here. So those three, you need to take them off, and then you'll attach your brackets to them. And like I said, the hardest part was getting those bolts off of there. So now I ended up going and getting a breaker bar, which is nothing more than a steel pipe to help me kind of get these things broke loose. Sorry. These are some long bolts. See if I can turn it my hand yet. Barrel. I think we'll keep at it with the ratchet for a few more turns. That is one heck of a bolt. So what we're going to do with that now is we're going to take this bolt out. We're going to take this bracket here and put this bolt. Oops, I'll put this bolt through here. Put this washer back on it. We're going to take it and we're going to mount it up in here. Now, one of the things you want to be careful about is when you put this back on, don't tighten it too tight. All you want to do is get it snug, because later you're going to need to move this just a little bit to be able to get the tubes anchored to the end of it. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten it up, finger tight, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, we're back. There's the front bracket, and like I said, excuse me, it's kind of loose yet, you know, just finger tight, so I can move it a little bit if I need to. And the center one, we just took the bolt out of it, and let me see if we're going to take and put this bracket back up in here like that, and I'll take and finger tighten it down, and then we'll do the last one, finger tighten it, and then I'll show you how to put the bar on. Okay, we're getting ready to put the sidebars on, and I have done this in the past and put the wrong bar on the wrong side. So make sure you look. It's kind of nice, they have this actually marked for you. It says passenger side, because they're identical, but they don't quite fit the foot grips the same if you're on the wrong side. So make sure that you've got passenger side on the passenger side and the driver's on the driver's side. Then when you look at this, there'll be one bolt right there that'll screw in through your center brace. And then on each end, you'll have a bolt that will bolt in to your front and your rear brake, or front and your rear brackets. So we'll get under and get started with that here in a second. Well, as you can see, what we're going to do now, I've taken the bolt that actually goes in to the end of the tubing here, and I'm going to put it up into here. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to hold this camera and take pictures, so I'm going to go ahead and get this one bolted in. The way I do it is I bolt in this end first, then we'll set it up on the bar here, and I'll take and put this screw in, just light, don't tighten anything, just more than hand tight, and then I'll do the same thing in the back, and then we'll go back and we'll tighten everything really tight, but we'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, as you can see, we've put the center bracket on, and it's just kind of finger tight, and come back here to the back brace, and if you put it on, it's not tight at all, but you want to make sure you got it the correct way, because your tubes are going to bolt in right here. So like I said, I'm going to tighten this just a little bit more, but I'm still going to leave it, I'm going to leave it loose enough that I can turn it if I need to turn it. So I'm going to put the camera down here for a second. I'm going to get a wrench. I'm going to tighten this up a little, but I'm going to leave it fairly loose. And then we'll come back and put the bar on. So as you can see, what we're doing here, I've went in and I've tightened the main body bolt back as tight as could actually get it. And now these are the bolts for the ends of the pipes, And the same thing, just getting these on here very snug. So that's about as tight as you can get it. I've gotten this end on, I've gotten the other end on, and now all I need to do is tighten down this center one, and we're set. So I'll be back to you in just a minute. Okay, so we're back again. What we've done, like I said, we've tightened this one down. Is good and tight and snug as it'll go. And then the bolt that's actually bolting it to the frame, you want to get that one just as snug as you can get it. Like I said, I ended up having to use a pry bar to get this thing off the first time. But I'll get those really nice and secure. And it looks to me like we're finished. Okay, so I think we'll take a quick look here and see how this ended up. I think it looks pretty darn good, actually. You know, on these heavy duty trucks, they set up really high. So, you know, you really almost have to have that step to get in. I mean, I know, you know, for my wife and the kids, it's basically impossible, a little difficult for me even. So, but turned out pretty good. I think I like those. And you know, really, we got a hold of Real Truck, got online, ordered it, took 2 days. They came in, great price. Like I said, I think it was like $229 or $225. Easy to install. So if you like the video, if this was helpful, please give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends and subscribe. We've got a lot of other videos doing a lot of different things, and I think we're going to have a lot here in the fall with some bees and some things we're going to be doing there, and maybe some camping trips and a little traveling.